Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble home in Livingston, Montana. Okay, I've got the 30th of January of 2021, and I've got, just about 2:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, what I've got going on here today with this video is a knife unboxing and a review, if you will. But before I get started, I would like to give a shout out to a knife vendor that's always been pretty good to me, and I've always been able to, whenever I can't find knives out on the internet or on Amazon or some of these other vendors, this outfit called Knife Works, got that? Knife Works, knifeworks.com, has came through for me on several occasions, just like right now. Okay, that's my first shout out to knifeworks.com. It scripts out just like it sounds. knifeworksaltogether.com. Okay, and my second shout out is to the guy that designed this knife. His name is Jesper. Jesper Voxnaz. Voxanes. I think I got that right. Maybe I misspelled it. Jesper Voxnaz. Anyway, he's excuse me, Jesper, you'll probably never see this video anyway. But he's a Danish, he's from Denmark, and he's a knife designer, if you will. Okay, now what I'm going to be showing you here is the newest Pilar, and the Pilar is how it's pronounced, Pilar. The newest Pilar, which is a Pilar 3. Here we go. I just got this in the mail today from Knife Works, and of course here's another Pilar right here. This is a second rendition. It's what they call a Pilar large, if you will. And I've owned Pilars ever since they hit the market. I really like them. I endorse them. It's not a very expensive knife, but it's a good knife as far as I'm concerned. Okay, this is the third rendition of a Pilar. Okay, let's stop burning daylight and get into all this here deal. And when I say an unboxing, I really don't believe in unboxings, but this is a true unboxing, if you will, you know. Well, let me see here. Holy crap. Sorry here, but I've got a few of those doggone popcorn things. This is embarrassing. Hang on here for a minute while I get rid of this packing popcorn, or I'm going to have this all over the place. This stuff. Packing. Unboxing. Yeah, you're doing good, Jim. Confidence in hand. I can see their Columbia River Knives and Tools is a company that makes the Pilars. And here's the receipt, the shipping invoice, if you will. Oh, I'll be glad to get rid of that little fuzzy box right there. Okay, a lot of you guys are very competent. I mean, you're very familiar, of course, with these Columbia River Knives and Tools. Now, I want to say this before I get started. I'm kind of a fanboy in a way of Columbia River Knives and Tools, but here it is. And this holds true with a lot of these major mass manufacturing knife people, these knife companies that mass produce knives. Some of their knives are just so-so, maybe even on the crappy side, and some of their knives are good. And that's That, ladies and gentlemen, is the $64,000 question that a kid has to face when you want to go out and buy yourself a good everyday carry folder. And so far, up to this point in time, I've owned every Pilar that they've ever come out with, but except for this guy right here I'm going to show you. And hopefully this is just as good as the ones in the past. Okay, so let's get into this thing here. And okay, we're going to have another little, I won't get into all that, a little propaganda there. Okay, here we go. Well, let me take a look, see what it's going to say on the Pilar 3 with D2 blade steel. Okay, here we go. Of course, it's nice little plastic like usual. One thing I know that they've done is they've changed the point on these Pilars. Okay, now here's the one side. Oops, almost dropped that. Here's the one side right there with the stainless steel scales, and right on this other side right here is G10. Okay, now before I get into this knife, let me just read this stuff off to you real quick. Like, well, let me see if this thing will, probably won't flick open. Well, it's a little stuck new, you know. Anyway, let me get, okay, let me fold this open here and hope you can see this. But let me read this off to you real quick. Okay, this is a Pilar 3, okay? In this structure, you've got IKBS bearings, D2 tool steel, you know, on this blade right here. Okay, it's this blade, the tip of it is a spear point, I do believe. Okay, it's got a thumb slot, as you can well see, right here, you know, right there, to assist you. To assist you in opening up the knife. Boy, there we go. See, there's a Voxnaz. See his name right there? Voxnaz Design. All right. And yeah, it's really difficult to see, but down right there is the, oh man, this is going to be really hard. I know you're not going to see it, but it does say stainless steel on, D2 on there. Well, anyway, it won't focus down, but I can read it with my old blind eyes there. Yep, D2. Okay, anyway, it's got a thumb slot, G10 scale, we already went over that. It's got a frame lock right there. You know, not a liner lock, but a frame lock right there where my fingers are pinching. We'll get this thing in focus with the last thing I do. Okay. Low profile pocket clip, which you can see right there. And I know that you can only put this in one place. That's right there. It doesn't have tip up, tip down, left, right, and all that. Just one place for the pocket clip, okay? All right, let me get through this. Now, right back here, I've heard people, what few people have reviewed this particular knife, call this copper, bronze, and all kinds of stuff right here. This back spacer, but it's brass is what it is. According to everything I've read, you know, that's brass right there, okay? Which, you know, gives it kind of a nice little touch there, I do believe. Okay? The blade is almost 3 inches long, right in here, okay? 3 inches long. All right, and the blade is stone washed. You know, see if you can see that there. I'm not getting any big hurry like I usually do. I don't do these knife reviews any justice if I get in a big hurry. Okay, stone wash on that blade. The blade is 0.15 in thickness. Right there. 0.15. Okay, the overall length of this piece right here, from here to here, is where I got here in my notes, 7.19 inches. 7.19 inches. Closed, it's just like this. It's 4.26 inches. Okay. Yep, and the weight on this guy is 3.80 ounces. 3.80 ounces. And the scale on this side right here, the stainless, on this side right here, is 2CR13SS. That's the designation. Okay. And that's all the stats you need to know. But like I say, ladies, now what I'm going to do here is put a pitch in for this knife because I've owned them ever since the beginning. I bought the real small one, then I bought the one you see me opening the box with, and then I had an all-black version that I traded off for a pistol or part of a pistol and all that other stuff. Okay, now, of course, this thing is a little bit, I'm going to have to work with it a little bit. I might have to take this screw and, open it, loosen it up again, loosen up the knife a little bit, but about all I can really do here is I can wave this in your face all day long, but the best thing I can do is offer you testimony that this is a really good knife. If you're a guy that's looking for a real good EDC, a real stable EDC, one that won't let you down and all that, but you don't want to spend a lot of money for it, this just might be your answer. I've used them for a few years now and no problems whatsoever, So I know this is one of the very latest models. At this point in time, it took me a long time. I looked around on Amazon, I looked around in Knife Center and Blade HQ and all that, but that's why I gave a shout out to Knife Works because they were the only place I could find this. And what this cost me, I think it was like $52 or something. Okay? And it's just it's a real nice knife. Like I say, a spear point or a drop point. Let me check how, that thing's sharp. I've said this before doing my knife reviews. Generally speaking, whenever I get a knife out of the factory or whatever have you, it's never sharp. And not to my specifications anyway. Okay, there's no jimping on this guy. There's no jimping back here. I have noticed on YouTube there's a lot of guys that are taking these and they're modding them. They're pimping them. Personally, myself, I can't get into that because I'm too lazy. And for the money they spend pimping a knife or modding, you can almost, with these cheaper knives, you can almost buy another one, But like I said, I can't reiterate the value enough of this particular knife right here because this thing, is, inch for inch, pound for pound and everything at a $50 bill. You really can't beat these Pilars. I don't care what anybody says. I've messed around with these Pilars quite a bit. There's a pretty good deal right there. Notice that brass on the end right there. Where your lanyard goes. That's a pretty nice little touch right there. Well, this thing's in focus. Let me... I really should set up my tripod when I'm doing this, but... Okay. There we go. Now you can see that D2 right there. Right where the hilt of the knife is. Yeah, Voxnaz design. Voxnaz. Jesper Voxnaz. Anyway, I highly recommend this piece right here for an everyday carry. It's light, it's strong. It's got a frame lock right here, as I'm sure you can see that. Well, I hope you can anyway. Yeah. Okay, there. Hope you can see that. Okay, there we go. And there's no standoff spacers in there. Perfectly, see-through, whatever have you. And I don't know what else to say. Got a real nice clip right there. I like that. It's got, pass-through screws, which is pretty cool. Or pass-through relief on the clip so you can get to those screws. Yeah. Have a little trouble with this autofocus. But anyway, this particular piece here for an ordinary, everyday carry, nothing too little, nothing too big, and all that. I just can't reiterate this enough. There was no secret. If you go back on my channel, you'll see that I did several reviews on these Pilars. And, it's for the money, $50 bill, you just can't beat it. I know I've said that 2 or 3 times, but it's the truth, because in this day and age, with all of these mass manufacturers of cutlery, the game that a shopper has to play is to sort out the junk from the good stuff, but the really good stuff is going to have a really high, a price tag on it. And some of these more moderate priced knives, there's nothing wrong with them, but the problem, the secret is which one do you buy, and I'm just, okay, I'm 69 years old, I'm a native Montanan, I've been an outdoorsman for 50 years. That should speak for itself right there. Simple as that. So, I absolutely endorse these, these Pilars. This is, like I say, this is the 3rd rendition of the Pilar. And so, can't go wrong with really any of them that you find, but I just happened to, I had to chase all over the place to get this guy, but I didn't quit until it arrived on my doorstep today. So, there you are, and I'm trying to give you as much look as you can, and I already read out the stats, and no, I'm not going to go banging this knife around and beating on it. I see these reviewers doing that stuff all the time. It just cracks me up. A knife isn't something you beat on. I don't understand these people like, well, I'm beat on knives. If you want to beat on something, get a hatchet, get a machete, or something, like that. But, I see guys batoning these things and, trying to bust the locking mechanism and all this other stuff. I think it's stupid. But then again, that's just me, okay? Well, I don't know. I hope I answered any questions that you might have here. I don't know. There we go. There you get a real good look right there. Should show you the stainless designation. It's a Boxnaz design, Pilar. That's how it's pronounced. And Pilar, by the way, is the name of Ernest Hemingway's boat. The famous writer, And these Pilars were actually patterned off of Englishmen, the UK. They're sailors' knives, So there you are with that. But this is just a good EDC. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about this. It gets my vote. It gets my vote all the way around. Yeah, but let me grab onto this. Yeah, got a nice choiling right here. Flipper, whatever they call this doggone, this cutout right here. I can see this thing is flipping a little bit rough for me, but then again, I'm not, yeah. I'll have to work with this thing to get this, because it's hanging up a little bit right in there. But I know doggone well I can loosen it up. So, anyway, well, let's see, where are we at here, man? I'm coming up on 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy. I didn't know I was going that long. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for, watching this review. Take care of yourselves, and we shall see you on down the trail. Adios, my friends.